Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is July 31st, 2024, last day of July. So that's pretty interesting. July just was very, very volatile. Market just had a best day, I should say, for Nasdaq in 2024. And I think that was kind of like the best day for S&P 500 as well. As you see here, we just got a very, very nice reaction to this trend line here for S&P 500. This is kind of like very, very technical. And yesterday, I was kind of like a suspicious if we just get a rally to here, to this area. But today, it just proved itself going back to this important gap. And also, let me just zoom in here because I want to show you something pretty neat. So we just got into this gap. And also, just right at the beginning of this gap, SMA 20 in a daily basis as well. So market recapture SMA 50, nice parabolic move to the upside, but just sellers to control last hour of trading session, some kind of like a sold their positions. However, this is very, very important. And I should say, if market wants to get back to its bullish momentum, we need to kind of like a follow through and take out this pellet. So if we don't get to a new all-time high, I should say this is going to be a sell. And I think we are kind of like at the selling opportunity again. So this is very, very fast and furious. But I should say market, for me, it's kind of like a selling option rather than buy. So this is very, very fast, very, very knee-jerk reaction to the upside. And we should just give the market benefit of that for now. But I should say month of July closed negative, but kind of like a very, very interesting, actually it closed positive, but very interesting. We just got into this important pivotal point, which is a 5600 to 5800. This is a monthly chart. And we just got a reaction to here. August always is very, very tricky for the market. So if you just go last year, we just got a negative August, September, and October. And this is for 2023. If we go to, let's say, 2022, months of September and October, and months of August, and also months of September was negative as well. So you see that here, always August, September, here is the August, here's the September and October. This is October bottom as well. Here's the October bottom. And this is for 2023, 2022, and also for 2021. We just got an August positive, but September was negative. So 2021 was kind of like an exponential rally. 2020 and 21 was kind of like an exponential rally with those bazooka helicopter money, just the Fed pouring into the market. Market had fantastic momentum, but right now there is no kind of like, I should say, bazooka or helicopter money. Everyone is just, you see that from the earnings, even for big techies. We had Meta today, but the other ones, they are suffering from the earnings. Starbucks, they didn't meet the expectation yesterday. However, it was fantastic surge to the upside today and yesterday. But AMD, for example, they just barely meet the expectation today. We had a kind of like a rally to the upside, but fail to hold. We will get to those individual ones, but all in all, I should say we are kind of like getting into very, very important monthly candles. So I should say August, October, September is gonna be very, very tricky months. These 3 months are gonna be very tricky, and we can see some kind of like a downfall or kind of like a selling opportunity all the way to, I should say, SMA monthly can go to 4,600, which is kind of like getting back into this important demand area. If we take out this pivotal point, which is months of May, so if we get a below months of May, April, we are heading into 4,600, which is going back to last year this time. But I don't think we're going to just head that far. Probably this line is coming up, and potentially 4,800, 4,900. That's going to be the maximum downside target for end of October. But I should say next 3 months folks, is going to be very tricky. Everyone needs to be cautious and everyone needs to be careful about the market. All right. Moving on to, let me go over with the weekly chart as well. I'm kind of like a cover this in a weekly analysis as well, but this is pretty neat and interesting. We are pretty close to SMA 20 on a weekly basis, and we just got a bounce back up. So 2 weeks down, 1 week up so far. And if we just are forming a bearish consolidation, we can see some kind of like another sell-off all the way to 5,200, which is kind of like a foreseeable scenario. And I should say 49 to 5,000, that's going to be the area that I'm just looking for based on the weekly candle in months of August and in months of September, October. So this is kind of like the foreseeable scenario that I'm looking at. For September, October, we get into 4,900 to 5,000, which is giving us kind of like a 12 to 10% correction. And that's going to be kind of like a good, fantastic buying opportunity for the next rally to the upside. Something like this, that would be very, very great buying opportunity. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Nasdaq, which was kind of like the best day in 2024, and everyone is saying, hey Ali, why we are getting into short position? First of all, I should say this is a fantastic W pattern here, great divergence in 4 hours chart. So let me just bring the stochastic here as well, and also the other indicators. You see that here is the great kind of like a divergence, a bullish divergence in all indicators. So we got a lower low in price, we just got higher low in MACD, RSI, and also crossover nicely in a stochastic. So all three indicators are showing very nice W pattern formation here. Today, we just got above this pivotal point, above this W pattern, which is another bullish backtest going higher. We just got above this important trend line as well. So this is a nice breakout. However, we have a good supply area here. And also this supply area, if you go to Fibonacci retracement, here is 100, here is the 0. You're just getting into 50% and also 61.8% here. So this is kind of like the shorting area that I'm just looking for, and they're kind of like a sell opportunity. So when we get to middle of this wide range bar, and also let me just zoom back here to just show you. So here is the area that I'm looking at. So this is the area that I just got into short position. As soon as we got it, I just trigger short position. Why? Because first we got into my level or area, which is this supply area. Oops. This is supply area. And also we have kind of like very important breakout here, middle of this wide range bar. So right now we just got a reaction, not that strong. If we follow through with a red bar here, that would be kind of like a back test to this area. And if it doesn't hold, it can go to the lower low. So I should say for now, we can see kind of like a very good bullish price action for the market in a daily chart, if you just see that. But we are kind of like getting into a supply demand area, a supply area here in a daily chart. So this is the box, and this is the area that I'm looking for a short position. The best scenario is going to be, if you want to go with a short, you can put your stop loss here just around 20,000 and get into the short for kind of like a bigger swing to the downside. But lots of people in their accounts, they don't have like that margin to do that. So that's why you should better wait for another potential green bar here tomorrow or on Friday. And then we can get into the short position again, because I believe this rally is going to be just a dead cat bounce, nothing more. If I see some more development for the market, I will change my call. But right now, I should say this is the trend line, and right now market is just respecting this. In S&P 500, I show that. Here's the Nasdaq, and this is kind of like the fourth touch, and that's why after this nice head and shoulder here, it's just going back to the upside. So important level for bounce. We expected this bounce happening at this level, which is 18,300. And right now we are just getting all the way up to 19,440. So but we'll see how it goes with Nasdaq. Again, for the monthly chart, because today monthly candle closed, we just got a red bar here in Nasdaq. So if you just look at this, this is totally different than S&P 500. We just closed the month negative for Nasdaq, while S&P was positive, and it doesn't mean that if we ended up negative, it means that the next month is going to be negative. But remember, next month is going to be August, and then September, and then October. So potentially we can see kind of like this formation to the downside, coming along to 17,000-ish area, which is top of this candle as well. So that is kind of like a very, very important for the rally to the upside. I'm looking forward, to be honest, these 3 months for a great buying opportunity. Any sell is going to be just a shorting position, small short position for hedging our portfolio, which we just closed nicely, 4% in our investment portfolio and 10% in our option trading portfolio as well. So I just put it in my channel, which is Safi Telegram, Safi Financial Network in Telegram channel as well. So moving on to US30, which is Dow, just had a fantastic move to the upside, pretty close to the all-time high. Just touched this area and reversing back down. So this is kind of like a neat. I didn't expect Dow to have this rally today, but a great move for banks and energy. So, but look at the shadow here. Very big shadow, big swing at the top. I believe Dow can be a laggard down the road, and it can go lower to this level. If we get below these two pivots, Dow can go down. I don't think Dow is going to hit the all-time high. If I make a mistake, I will let you know, and you can see this in your chart as well. But I think Dow has a hard time to get above this pivot. So this is kind of like ABC pattern to the downside, and the C wave is coming down the road. Moving on to gold, which we nailed it very nicely. We just got a buy signal from gold. Gold is going up, and we are seeing a very nice, this is the hourly chart. This is a nice reverse head and shoulder to the upside, and we just get above this pivotal point. However, we just got into this important breakout zone here. So I'm not sure if gold can hit a new all-time high. I think this scenario is kind of like invalidated, will be invalidated next 2-3 days. But gold obviously formed a very nice bullish pattern. We got into buy signal, and we triggered the buy and send it free to all subscribers in our Telegram channel. That was free, and everyone took benefit out of it. Moving on to silver, which had another positive day today. Fantastic move for silver. Obviously, it is lagging compared to gold, and silver is getting into important supply area breakout level. So this is very important. If silver wants to continue, we need to break above this zone, $29. We got into 29, as I said yesterday, but I'm not sure if we can get above this important pivotal point. So we can get to $30 potentially for the next dollar or so, and then we can get back down as well. So I should say probably 2-3 days positive for precious metals, and then that's it. So all in all, I should say market will get back to bearish momentum for all indexes potentially, and precious metals next week to the downside. Moving on to crude, actually positive day, great move for crude. Look at that. So that's why Dow had a fantastic move because energy stocks, financials did great. So let me just clean this. Why crude just got into positive? Because bond yield goes down. So crude just go down because one of the leader in Hamas just got assassinated in Tehran, and that's why risk is coming to the market for crude for a potential geopolitical tensions and systematic risks. Market don't like it, so that's why crude spiked up to $79. So very great search for crude. It can just continue for a next day or two to 80. Even it can overshoot to 82, but I'm not sure if we can take this pivot out. So I think this is going to be a news based, and if it goes down, that's going to be very, very ugly. It can go to 61 to $66 per barrel. So everyone needs to watch that one. I'm looking for a short position in crude because I believe that this news-based rally is going to fade it away and fizzle out potentially next 2-3 days. Moving on to individual names, so starting with Bitcoin as usual. Bit just going down today. Market didn't pay attention to Bitcoin at all. So even when bond yield went down, Bitcoin goes down as well. So Bitcoin cannot get above this $70,000, and it goes down. If Bit goes below these two pivots, I should say Bit can go easily go to 60 to 62, and this is gonna be a buy zone, I should say. A very, very interesting level. So this is a nice QM pattern, reverse QM pattern. If it gets to 60 to 62, everyone needs to keep an eye on a buy signal. Moving on to Ethereum, goes down. As I said yesterday, Ethereum is not as strong as Bitcoin. So this one is going down as well. 3%, 3,000 is coming down there potentially for Ethereum. Bond yield just smashed today, going down. Fed meeting was today, and Jerome Powell just said unchanged for this month, and potentially, actually not potentially, this is my word. Jerome Powell said we didn't anticipate anything, or we don't anticipate any kind of like a rate change in September because we didn't think about it. So if you believe that word, I would. And bond yield is telling us that they're going to cut the rate. Even they're very late, they're behind the curve for cutting the rate. We broke this important trend line here. Very, very interesting things are going to happen with the bond yield. So bond yield easily can go below 4% in next month or so. And potentially, we're going to see rate cut is coming back to the market very, very late, later than everyone is expecting in Fed meetings. But if rate goes down to 3%, that's going to be kind of like a great area to see for rates. Moving on to treasuries. Treasuries spiked up today nicely. Reverse correlation with bond yield. So TLT goes up. Even after hours, TLT goes to $95. So it can go easily to 96, 97. Even higher this year is going to be a foreseeable scenario. 103 to 105. That's going to be the final stage for Treasury. Moving on to VIX. VIX, they're going down today, but kind of like a bottoming tail here as well. So as I said, potentially VIX didn't smash while Nasdaq 3% up, almost 4%, S&P 2.2, VIX supposed to go down crazy, but it didn't happen. Seems like fear still in the market. $16 for VIX. This is very, very important, folks. Fear still is there. While market is up crazy, VIX didn't move. So that's why I got into short position, because when I see these charts together, I feel like still there is going to be a downside risk for the market. Dollar is going down today at 3 cents to the downside, 104.5 cents. Right now, dollar is down, and we can get below this pivot easily. 101 to 102 is coming down the road. Moving on to Magma indicator after Meta earning. Magma just jumped up nicely after hours to this area. So here's the gap, and you know what does it mean? So it can just see a sell after that. So if you see kind of like early morning green bar, then late session red bar, you shouldn't surprise at all. Apple just went up today, $3.28 up. Tomorrow we will have earning for Apple. It can go up after earning to this gap. So there is going to be a possible scenario for Apple, 230 to 232. That's going to be kind of like the possible scenario. But after that, we can see kind of like a downtick. It is kind of like a very neat head and shoulder can form here after earning Apple tomorrow after hours. So we will see how it goes. Amazon as well. So Amazon is going to announce their earning tomorrow as well. So we can see Amazon goes up as well to this 190 to 194 earning. If it's something crazy, we can see new all-time high, but I don't think that's going to happen. Amazon can go to 190 to 192, and then easily it can just form a very nice topping formation here for a next downside move. Moving on to Meta. Meta, $11 up. So for 74 for Meta, it's just going higher, $500 ish area here after hours. Yeah, 500 right now, 4% positive, a fantastic earning. When I see the earning results at the first glance, it's marvelous, folks. It's just the 20% actually beating 10% beating the expectation. This is great. This is great company. Microsoft going down today, even after hours. It can't manage higher. This is one of the reasons that I'm just looking at the market to short, because Microsoft $1 trillion company can't manage higher after good earnings. So this is kind of like the scenario that I'm looking for at Microsoft here in this area, which is going to be 350, 360. That's the area that I'm looking for Microsoft to add. Google, $1.25 up today after hours. It just took a hit and it goes back to yesterday closing, 170.56. So Google can go down here to 150-ish area, even down to 145 to this gap. So we'll see how it goes for Google. This is not going to be tomorrow, folks. This is kind of like the roadmap that I'm just illustrating for you folks to have an idea what I'm looking for. Netflix, $5.77 up today. Not a bad session. Tesla spike up. After hours, it doesn't have too much power. 4%, good profit for Tesla, $9 up. Still looking for, that sub 200 level. So we will see. This is going to be the area that I'm looking for Tesla to see if it's going to show something. Moving on to SMH, which was rocket star for today. Even after hours, it goes higher. $17 up today for SMH. Great move, great jump. Fantastic move, 7% to the upside. Stocks the same pattern here, just saved for now. AMD saved the market basically, just to bring the optimism to AI industry again. But I think that's the bounce. Taiwan Semiconductor, the same, good jump today, fantastic pop, 168 after hours. AMD, this is kind of like the lifesaver, but it can't manage higher. That's interesting, right? So AMD just got into this supply area, goes down. So if AMD goes here to 100 level, even sub 100, shouldn't be surprised at all. Moving on to NVIDIA, which is 12% to the upside, even after hours, it goes higher. I have NVIDIA short position here, somewhere around here. So we will see. If NVIDIA goes back up here, we can get into short position and then fall off the cliff to 83 to 87. That's going to be a fantastic scenario for NVIDIA. Moving on to Texas Instruments, $2.82 up. Not a bad session at all. So Texas going higher. Good bottoming tail as well. Lam Research, just a nice flip-flop to the upside, but after hours, it took a hit a lot. So Lam going below 900 level, 899 for now. Moving on to banking industry, goes down. XLF, just going down today, 11 cents. KBE, 19 cents down. This is a good shooting star. I believe that in a green day like this, when bank is down, this is overstretched. I'm looking for downside move. KRE, the same pattern here, nice topping tail here. JP Morgan, $2.93 down. Goldman Sachs, just $3.36 up. And Bank of America, 97 cents down as well. So Bank of America is leading to the downside. Wells Fargo, seems like the bull flag is going to fail to the downside. If this time fails, I should say 51 to 52 is coming even lower. GDX, gold miners going higher today, 98 cents up. Great move, GDXJ, 3% up. Fantastic move. AEM, $2 up today as well. Newmont actually goes higher. I was kind of like looking for more downside move, but they had a fantastic move. Franco Nevada, $1.84 up. However, It's kind of like a lagging. It didn't go above this pivot. And gold barrick, a good pop today, 2% up. Moving on to XLE, which is kind of like interesting. As I said, crude probably that's going to be a news based. So we just got into this pivot. Sellers to control the entire session, just going down. XOP, the same pattern here, popped and then sellers to control. OIH, fantastic pop today, but kind of like a fail. It seems like sellers are coming to the market after this pop. Exxon, the same pattern here, 42 cents gain, but look at that, sellers to control. Chevron, the same pattern, pop and then sellers to control. Seems like the fake, or not fake, actually, news-based rally is kind of like a fizzle out next 2-3 days. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. Again, tomorrow will be another interesting day. Apple, Amazon, they're going to announce their earnings. And also Friday is going to be a very, very important session as well, weekly close. Make sure watch the video entire the end. Also, make sure watch the next videos for tomorrow and Friday, because we will cover lots of good stuff. Have a fantastic evening. See you on the chart.